Guys, we're outside again. The weather's warmed up a little bit. Still lots of snow on the ground, but it's warmed up enough that I can give you a review of our Timberline 850. Purchased this grill about 7 months ago. We've been using it all winter, so I figured I'd run down what we like about it, what we don't like about it, and what we're cooking right now. So let's get started. So I never really laid out in the last video why we settled on the Timberline 850. It all started when we were discussing upgrading our old propane grill. There's nothing really wrong with it. We've had it for, it's coming up on 20 years now. So it's an older, smaller propane grill, and we would tend to run out of space on it pretty quickly. You know, you're grilling veggies and all these things, the grills fill up pretty fast. So we were discussing, you know, upgrading to a larger gas grill. At the same time, I was kind of hesitant. There's nothing wrong with the old grill. Still works perfectly fine after, like I said, 20 years. So the likelihood was it was going to continue working fine for a lot longer. So I wasn't too keen on getting rid of it. And then a friend of mine had showed me a pellet grill that he had recently purchased, and I thought the two would complement each other quite well. So whatever if we needed more space, we could always grill something on the pellet grill and use the gas grill at the same time. Problem was we were kind of limited for space, so I didn't want to get anything too big. They do make a larger one. I can't remember what the model number is, 13850 and 1300. Doesn't really matter. The big one would have been too large for this space. But the nice thing about the 850 is that even though it's a smaller grill, they include 3 shelves, so you do get quite a lot of grilling area on the unit. So this grill has worked out really well for our specific situation. Again, a lot of cooking area in a very compact footprint. I'm happy that we decided to keep both the gas grill and the pellet grill. So what we normally do now is if we're grilling lots of veggies, we'll grill them on the pellet grill and then cook whatever else we're preparing on the gas grill. So let's go through some of the likes and a couple dislikes of the Treager. Okay, so let's start off with the likes. It's an incredibly heavy-duty grill. We've kept our other gas grill, like I said, for 20 years. I have no reason to think this won't last just as long as that one. Everything's really solid, very well built, very heavy-duty. The 3 built-in racks inside is a nice feature. Again, a lot of area to cook whatever you're preparing in a very, very small footprint, which works really well for us. The double lined has been quite an advantage in the winter. You do use more pellets cooking outside, obviously, when it's cold, but the double lined really does make a difference. The grill is at 188 Fahrenheit right now, and the lid is just barely above room temperature. So that's telling you that, you know, a lot of the heat is staying in the cavity. You're not losing too much heat to the outside environment. Like I said, it does still use a few more pellets in the winter time, but it's not very noticeable. Again, 180, and it's almost cold to the touch. Pellet hopper is huge. I've never run out of pellets on a cook. There's just tons in there, enough for quite a number of hours of cook time. People have noted there's only one temperature probe. Again, it's not really a problem for us. I've never needed two temperature probes. Everything seems to work out for what we're using it for. The controller is really nice. One of the main reasons I went with the Treager is I have really poor Wi-Fi on the back deck. So I wanted to make sure that whatever grill I got, you could do everything from the controller. And This one allows you to, you know, set cooking profiles, do calibrations. Anything you'd want to do, you can do directly from the controller. So while the Wi-Fi app is a nice feature, it's not required to use the grill. Okay, so a couple dislikes, and these are really minor. This little gap between the hopper and the actual grill is really annoying. When you are dumping pellets into the hopper, you inevitably dump pellets down in between that little gap, and they sit there, and they are very difficult to clean out. So a little cover would have been nice. The other thing is this grill again has 3 racks included. You're always using one, obviously, but the other 2 have no storage spots. So while you can get a shelf for the bottom, and I probably will eventually get a shelf for the bottom of the grill, it would have been nice if they had included it. Now, a couple other things to mention. I've had no trouble with this grill in terms of failed ignitions or auger jams. I don't know if it's just been good luck. We've run quite a number of bags of pellets through this grill. Not one particular manufacturer. And again, we've had no trouble with the auger. I did have one incident where the flame went out, and that was because I was putting beef jerky on the grill, had the lid open for a long time, and the temperature just never recovered. But easy to relight, no problems there. What I do notice is the ramp up on the temperature is quite slow. Which is a good thing, because what I normally do now is I'll put my beef jerky on first. If it's something that takes a long time to get onto the grill, I'll put it on first and then light up the grill. Because the temperature ramp is so slow, it very rarely overshoots to an extreme amount. It might overshoot on the way up by, you know, maybe 5 or, oh no, a little bit more, maybe 10 or 15 degrees. Comes back down pretty quickly, and yeah, everything's good. In terms of what we've cooked tons of things on here. We've noticed that roasts come out really well. For some reason, we've always had mixed results with roasts of any kind. Sometimes they come out really well in the oven. Sometimes they're really dry. So it's hit or miss. But on here, everything seems to come out really well. Comes out with a light smoky flavor, but they're always really moist. The meat is really good. It's quite surprising. In terms of things we've reintroduced, we cook a lot now. We cook lots of chickens on here, which we never had much success with cooking them in the oven. They just kind of taste dry and not very good. But on here, they're excellent. Various cuts of pork, again, mixed results in the oven, but on here they are excellent. And beef jerky, we do tons of beef jerky. It comes out really well. Okay, and today I've just put on a large pork roast. Going to smoke it at 180 degrees with the super smoke on. I have my timer. It's about 20 more minutes at this temperature using the standard Treager recipe. So after this, it will bump the temperature up to 350 for 2 hours and then cover it and continue to cook it at, I think it's 350 until the internal temperature reaches 205. Another thing you'll notice that I don't use the included port very often. I find it's just easier because there's a nice gasket around the lid. It's just as easy to let the wire hang out and plug it in. And again, really no danger of burning yourself with the double lined grill. So it's all worked out quite well. Let's take a quick look at it. It's been here for about 40 minutes, smoking away. Still got a long way to go, but we'll check back when it's all finished. Alright, so it's up to temperature. Turn the power off. And let's have a look. It's pretty good to me. Alright guys, so that's about it. Like I said, this grill has worked out really well for us in our situation. Couldn't be happier. I've had no problems with the unit at all, and it's yeah, it's been really great. So until next time, see you later. And last but certainly not least, the Treager cabin is still in one piece and has survived. It's in pretty rough shape, but it's pretty thick cardboard, so it can survive the kids playing pretty well. Anyways, they're still having a good time with it, so it'll be here for a little bit longer.